I have to figure out my basin here, which side it goes, if it goes on my left side or my right side. But I can tell by the opening of my buttonhole here that that basin actually goes on my right side instead of the left, because this one goes on the left side. So this one goes over here in this side, and this one goes in the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the small basin here. As you can see, there's a stitch right there of the previous one. I'm going to go ahead and line that up with my little square that I made there. At the very tip, I'm going to line up the top of my basin right there, and I'm going to sew it up like this right here. There it is. It's all stitched up. You can see on the side. Open my basin up, and I'm going to put this fabric in between the basin. You can use needles and pins if you like to stitch this up. That way it won't move. But I'm just going to go ahead and do it without it. We got that going.
Segula Boutique teaches you how to sew. Every alteration helps your confidence grow.
That's it. There we go. We have it. We have it over here on this side too. Do the basin that has the buttonhole on my opening here, and this is the back side, and this is the front side. And this is the top. We have the bottom here. This just gets a little tricky. I'm trying to figure out how to put this together without falling apart. What I usually do is I just kind of play around with it and see where it fits, and as you can see, that's how it's supposed to go. Now when you get your hand in there, so I just inserted the needles there, and I'm just going to put my hand without trying to removing the fabric from the bottom of the sleeve, so it won't get caught, and I can move my needle there. And there, I got it. Once you got that, you can go ahead and pin up the rest of it if you like. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and pin area where you're working when you're working with sleeves. And especially if you don't do it from scratch and you're doing this alteration, you have very limited space. Go ahead and get started in sewing there. Make sure there's nothing in the bottom to get caught. Part of the sleeve is getting caught, and you end up sewing part of the sleeve and shutting the sleeve down, and you have to start all over because your sleeve is not workable anymore. You can't put your arm through it. Kind of stop there and readjust everything. I don't know if you can see that. See how tight it is, and because you're going to sew this up and down. See, that's the inside, and then that's the front side. See, these fibers, they follow me and chase me everywhere. Now we're going to add the cuff.